So we're here today with Sue Mersch. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Sue, and tell us a little bit about yourself and what drives you.
Hi, I am Sue Mersch. I'm a certified nurse midwife. I'm also the CEO of my own business entitled Awakening to Possibilities. I have a 30-year-old son who lives in Chicago, and what drives me? If I could, at the end of the day, say that I've contributed more than I've criticized, I'm happy and I'm successful. And I think that's what it is. My idea is to just create nirvana here on earth.
That's excellent. That's good. So, from a personal standpoint, if we had to peel back the onion a little bit and we talked about, your passions in life in general, what would they be? Like, what just gears you up?
I missed part of it because the internet went down, so I didn't hear the question.
Just yourself. I mean, if you had to talk about yourself for a second, you had to describe yourself, your passions, what would that be?
Oh my gosh. All right, I will try to be to the point. Women like to tell stories. Men need to hear the point, so I'm going to go there, I hope. But my passion is to inspire other people to be their best self, whether it's a physical best self, an emotional best self, their spiritual best self. And I do that through my own example. I am very active. I'm a runner. I've done marathons, and I'm postmenopausal when I did my first marathon. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, I know. Usually I look a lot younger than I am, and I believe that's part of the reason that is true for me is because of a belief system, and I will talk about that in a little bit. But if I can inspire other people to do that, helping women, if I can help them get in touch with one little thing that will transform something about their belief about themselves, I'm pumped. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and why is that so important to you?
I
told you I'd put you on the spot a little bit.
No, that's okay. And I'm not sure. I think this is answering the question, especially when it comes to women. Working as a midwife, what I did was I could hear women over and over again talking about how exhausted they are, how please test my hormones. There's something wrong here. I know that. Okay? And I'd sit there and I think to myself, no, it's not. There's nothing wrong with your hormones. Your hormones are fine. And what I find is that it's our state of health that reflects the beliefs we have about ourselves. And what women have done is and I see men doing it now, especially older men. We are self-sacrificing ourselves over and over and over again. Our culture teaches us, you just do more, do more, do more. Don't set those boundaries. Don't say no, because you're only rewarded for producing results. And if you need something, you put those needs way at the bottom of the barrel. Okay? And what ends up happening then is that we stop asking for what we need. And when we ask for what we need, it starts a downward spiral. We become disappointed. We become frustrated. We become angry. We then become resentful. And over a period of time, that resentment will start to lead to exhaustion. So our adrenal glands aren't kicking in the way they're supposed to. They stopped firing. We start making bad choices. And we have chronic illness as the result of it. And if I could have changed that a little bit, if I could help people understand, it is not normal for our bodies to start breaking down just because at 40 years old we're supposed to get aches and pains, or at 50 years old we're supposed to gain weight because we're postmenopausal. That's just part of a belief system.
Right.
And our culture rewards that belief system, right?
Right.
I'm here to say, no, it's not. I don't find 3/4 of those beliefs to be true for me. And that's how I want to help people, because then if we're able to have an impact on the belief systems and change that, all right, what we'll end up having are people who are fulfilled, who are happy, and who have a great quality of life. Can I just say one more thing real quick too? We live in a world of abundance right now. Can you tell can you get my passion, I guess? We live in the most abundant time in history. But if we look at our happiness scores, they are the lowest that we've ever experienced in history. And I believe a lot of it has to do with the self-sacrificing that we do, the fact that eventually our bodies become exhausted. We eventually will go to sleep. We will eventually feed them. We will eventually move them because our bodies are built to do that. But we do nothing for our souls. We do nothing to nurture our souls. And what I find when I can talk to people about not only nourishing the body with good supplements by doing the meditations and things like that, and changing our belief systems, but by also nourishing our souls with something that you love to do that feeds your soul, whether it's yoga, whether it's going for a walk, whether it's being in nature, whether it's just connecting with other people, then our happiness goes up.
Amen. I agree. So I'm going to guess that this passion is embedded into your business.
It sure is. You win.
So I mean, my next question is obviously why did you decide to go into business? But what do you do for people that helps them kind of find their way back to that land of happiness?
Okay, thank you. The journey for me was part of it. I like the time freedom that my own business gives me. I like the opportunity to be able to connect with other people, which is why I love what you guys are doing. And what I found, and as a midwife, I thought I would be able to reach a lot of women because that was I care for women, whether it was from the time they were teenagers all the way through postmenopausal. I mean, midwives just don't take care of babies. We do the whole gynecology, the whole thing. And I found that all I had time for was poof, get them in and out, get them in and out. I couldn't educate, I couldn't teach, I couldn't illuminate possibilities. And I was getting more and more frustrated. And that's why I decided I needed to do my own business, because I wanted to take my experience with the company that I had been working with, Shackley, with all the nutrients, the supplements that I've used, the weight management programs that I've used, the green cleaning products that I've used, and combine them with my education that I've gotten from relationships through Allison Armstrong, and I've merged them together in order to eliminate possibilities when I meet with you.
Excellent. So, if you had to look at, the people that you work with and the stories that I'm sure came out of it. I mean, what are some of the most exciting things that you get to experience with the people that you work with? Like some of the most prominent successes that you've had, and what just makes you feel like, yeah, I mean, I did my thing and I'm feeling good about it.
May I give you one from each? Because I kind of have two separate things. Can I give you one from each?
Sure.
Okay. I'm working now with a woman who's actually living in Kentucky about her weight and working on her belief systems around her weight and using the weight management program that I have, along with our weekly conferences that we have and the different tools that I've offered her to help her shift her beliefs a little bit. She's not only lost her weight, but she's finding herself again, and she's finding what's important for herself. And she said she's feeling better. She's happier for the first time that she's been in many, many years. So I was like, yes, thank you. So she was successful from the physical, losing the weight, but from the emotional, she's also happier. Right. And then with the other piece of it, when I get an opportunity to help women shift, work with and men actually, we have instincts that drive us, and we don't know how much our instincts really, really drive us. And I help to illuminate that. And what I help people do is to see through my talks how we can be empowered by working with our instincts as opposed to disempowered by letting our instincts rule us. So for instance, women have a tendency to look at men as hairy animals. Hairy women. They're hairy women. I told you to take out the garbage. I live with you. You would do that because you love me. Right? Okay? I help women understand men. Men are not hairy women. Right? They are a separate person that works differently. And when I help women just kind of look at one little thing in their life and say how to ask a man for something or how to recognize he's not intentionally misbehaving, that really he truly wants to make us happy. And women look at me and they go, they do not want to make us happy. And I go, a man is a protector and a provider. And when we understand that and we accept the gifts that they offer us as a protector and a provider, we live in a fabulous world. And when I get her to hear that and shift that way, yeah, it's awesome.
That's great. I've never heard it described as that. Men are not hairy women. I love it.
Thank you. Well, has your experience been such that, it's like I told you once, and, women are externally motivated. If you told me, I'm going to do it again. Where men, they're internally motivated. No, they're not. They don't even think about it anymore.
It's true.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so when you talk about the two companies, I don't know if you mentioned what they both are. I know one is the Shackley business, and what's the other one again?
The other one is I've been trained by Allison Armstrong, who is the founder of PAX programs. PAX is an acronym for peace. Okay. And I do a free workshop for women entitled Making Sense of Men. Yeah. And it's an introduction to a weekend workshop that is done by other people, and we host it here in the Chicagoland area, but it's all across the country. It's called the Queen's Code Workshop. But it's an opportunity for women to learn a little bit about how men interact with us when it comes to attraction. We think we know about attraction. Women only know one part of attraction. There's two parts to attraction. But in addition to that, I have other topics that I also talked about. The anatomy of a complaint. We reverse engineered complaining. So we can help other businesses kind of address that, what's going on with a complaint in the business or even in your own relationship with one another. I do dating and seminars all related to dating and helping women and men who are dating understand one another better. Mm-hmm. How to write profiles for match. So I'm kind of a coach in that area also.
Okay, excellent. So if this what keeps you on your game? Like you got all this stuff going on. What keeps you on top of your game to stay fresh and stay motivated and stuff like that?
Thank you. First of all, I practice what I preach. And actually, if you were to ever ask my son, he would be the first to tell you, growing up, my mom walks the talk. All right? He has always said that. And I do. So I do make healthy choices. I do exercise regularly. I do, and I'm in balance. I mean, does that mean I'm always eating healthy 100%? Absolutely not. That's one of the reasons I believe in supplements. Okay, I'll have my banana split, enjoy every morsel of it. Right. But I do my meditation. I read motivational books. I've been doing the practices of gratitude, especially the ones out of the book entitled The Magic. I have a book of quotes and beliefs and my mission statement. I carry that with me everywhere I go, and I'll look at it periodically just to help me remember my purpose and to be grateful. And I think that's probably been the biggest impact for me is the whole gratitude practice.
Right. That's always hard. That's the most difficult thing, but it's so fulfilling once when you can get focused, get in the moment. Just be thankful for what you already have, right? And if someone else were, if they were contemplating on going into business, and they came to you, what would you tell them?
I would recommend jump. Again, it goes back to our beliefs and those self-limiting beliefs. We can't do it. I'm too old. It's not going to work, whatever. All right. And that's why it's important to be supportive around other business people, which is what you're doing. I think it's great. But to recognize that failure doesn't exist. It's just a learning opportunity. Right. It's just a way of learning to do it maybe in another manner. That's all. But go for what you believe in, because if you want to do something, you will be happier because you're feeding your soul by doing something that you believe in. You're helping other people with whatever product or business you're doing. And when you're always thinking about that other person, the fear goes away.
Good advice. Excellent advice.
Thank you.
I'm a firm believer, there's no such thing as fail. As long as you're learning and you're moving forward, you're not failing. To me, that's the F word that anybody could use. As long as people believe they can do it and they keep moving forward and see the challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, I think anybody can do it. And it's great to hear. You're not the first person to say it, and it's just great to hear that reinforcement from everybody that's out there tackling their dreams. So, appreciate that. So, we're all a part of the Coopratizing Network, Chicagoland Coopratizing Network. First of all, what do you think about the group? And if you were talking to any of the members right now, any people that are participating, what can they do to help you?
Well, you can share this video. Okay, would be one thing. I'm looking for other entrepreneur partners, actually. That's part of the Shackley health and wellness part of it. So, moms who want to stay home and work, retirees who need a little bit extra source of income, any type of entrepreneurs, some college kids nowadays, so many of them don't want traditional businesses. They would prefer to be self-employed. And Shackley's got a great compensation package. They have great products. They're scientifically based, which is what attracts me to them as a medical professional. That's one of the main reasons I've always been happy with them. So that would be one thing. I'm looking also for people who want to know more about relationships between men and women and who would be interested in me coming to talk to their groups and hiring me for a presentation of some sort. So that, again, it can work in businesses, all women. It's not just relationship between a man and a woman in a romantic relationship. This work is applicable to how do women interact with other men in businesses.
Excellent. So if someone were trying to get a hold of you, where would they go?
They can go to my website, awakeningtopossibilities.com, all one word. All right. Do you need a phone number, or is that good enough?
Yeah, if you want to give the phone number, go ahead.
They can call me at 708-638-8383. I have a webinar coming up on the 25th of March. And I also have a Making Sense of Men coming up on the 22nd of March in Lombard. So the webinar actually is going to be 7 Secrets of Weight Loss. I forgot to say that. And then, so that's coming up, so it'll be online. And then the Making Sense of Men is in Lombard. And that's on my website.
Okay, excellent. So hopefully people will check you out. And if they don't and they want to come in and just get to know you in the Coopratizing Network, that will be fine too. But anyway, I think that's all I have. I do appreciate you taking the time today to come in and share your passions and share your business. And yeah, we look forward to many more opportunities like this.
Thanks, Jeff. It was awesome. I appreciate it. I'm so grateful.